Oh, kia ora. Welcome back to the channel. Good to have you here as always. So this week, another top 8 movie review. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of those, and I'm going to take a little break from the skinhead biker gang content just for a little bit, and I am going to be sharing my top 8 New Zealand made movies that you probably didn't even know existed. Well, some of you may have, especially those in New Zealand. But for the rest of you around the world, here's some great New Zealand movies. Now, I'm a huge movie buff. I'm also from New Zealand, so I'm a proud Kiwi. And I grew up with a lot of these movies. I love them. I think New Zealand-made movies are some of the best in the world. And we have produced some of the best directors, actors, producers, and many of them have gone on to massive stardom, including Peter Jackson. This week, top 8 movies from New Zealand you probably never even knew existed. So let's get into it. Grab yourself a popcorn or a coffee. Oh, that gets me through. And if you want to support me and support this channel, you can do it by buying me a coffee. All the links are in the description below. I'd much appreciate it. All right, so let's get into it. On with the movies. All right, so coming in at number 8, Came a Hot Friday. Now, this was a fairly well-known movie in New Zealand when it came out in the 80s. It's a comedy about 2 small-time crooks who try to swindle a bookie in this small town. You know, they have all sorts of mishaps and they meet this character, the Tainui kid, who is played by Billy T. James, who is one of New Zealand's most loved comedians, and he was my favorite. I grew up watching the Billy T. James show, absolutely loved him. So this movie for me was just, had everything. It had action and excitement and, great movie. Unfortunately, it is very, very hard to find. I haven't been able to find a copy of it myself, but I'm sure there will be some floating around, maybe on VHS or DVD. Maybe you can download it somewhere, but if you can, definitely watch it. Well worth it. Highly recommend it. Okay, so coming in at number 7 is The Whale Rider. Now, The Whale Rider is an absolutely beautiful movie, and it tells the story of a young Māori girl, Pai, who challenges traditional leadership roles for her whānau, for her tribe. Pai was played by Keisha Castle Hughes, who went on to other big things. She was also nominated for an Oscar at the age of 13. She also went on to star in Game of Thrones and Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. You know, we don't really talk about that one. But Whale Rider is a beautiful movie. It's very cinematic. The whole feel of the movie is amazing. If you just want to chill out, watch an amazing movie with a lot about the Māori culture that you don't really see a lot, definitely check out The Whale Rider. Okay, now coming in at number 6 is one of my favorite movies, and it's a Jeff Murphy movie. The Quiet Earth is basically a sci-fi movie about a man who wakes up one morning to find out that he is the only person left on Earth. It's a very haunting, dark movie featuring Bruno Lawrence, who is an incredible actor. A Quiet Earth has been compared to movies like I Am Legend. If you're into that kind of stuff, definitely check out A Quiet Earth, and it is actually available on YouTube. Yeah, I found a copy of it on there, so you can go check it out. I will link it in the description below. Alrighty, we're getting through it. We're getting into number 6, and another Jeff Murphy movie. I told you there was another one on the list. This one is Goodbye Pork Pie. Yeah, this is a fairly well-known movie in New Zealand. So much so, it became a classic, and they did a remake of it in 2017. As with most remakes, it wasn't too great, but it basically follows exploits of a couple of guys who steal a Mini and drive the entire length of New Zealand evading the police. And it is full of antics and hilarity and great driving stunts. The Goodbye Pork Pie movies have spawned a rally in New Zealand. So they have the Goodbye Pork Pie rally every year where they drive minis. Now, definitely check it out. It's well worth seeing, and you get to see a lot of New Zealand in the late 70s, which is pretty cool to see. Well worth checking out. Go see Goodbye Pork Pie. Go Blondini. Oh, okay, halfway through the list. Coming in at number 4 is an incredible film and one of my favorites, directed by Toa Fraser, The Deadlands. Now, The Deadlands is a story about revenge, and it's about a tribe that is killed, and the young boy goes after them, and he has to travel through the Deadlands where he meets the beast. And this is an incredible movie, and it is exclusively in te reo, in Māori language, and all the martial arts and fight sequences are actually traditional Māori fight sequences, and they are badass. There is some incredible martial arts choreography in this movie. Yeah, there's some incredible scenes in there, you know, especially with one of the young females, you know, double mere, the fight scenes with the taiaha. Oh man, it is amazing. And overall, it is an incredible movie. Well, we're seeing they actually spawned a TV series much later on. I didn't really watch a lot of the series, but the movie, I've seen it quite a few times, and that's why it's number 4 on the list. Go check it out. Alrighty, now we're getting into it. Number 3, so my top 3. Coming in at number 3 is one of Peter Jackson's movies. Yeah, Peter Jackson of Lord of the Rings fame, King Kong, you know, that guy. Yeah, this one is a bit of a surprise, and I'm sure many of you have probably never even heard of it. This one's called Meet the Feebles. Meet the Feebles! Meet the Feebles! This is Peter Jackson's idea of what would happen if the Muppets did a lot of crack. Yeah. It's about a variety show. It's all puppets, so it's all practical effects. And this variety show that Meet the Feebles. And oh my gosh, it is wild. There is, you know, a cow into B&D. There's a junkie rat. There's a walrus having sex with a cat. It's absolutely bonkers. Definitely check it out. Especially if you want to see some of Peter Jackson's early stuff. Yeah, it's a real eye-opener. Definitely go check it out, and you'll be singing along to the theme song in no time. Meet the Feebles, meet the Feebles. Sorry, I'll stop now. Okay, so coming in at number 2 on the list is another Jeff Murphy film, absolute classic. This is one of my favorite movies, Utu. Utu in Māori means revenge, and this tells a story of a Māori chief, Te Wheke, who seeks revenge for his tribe being killed by British colonizers. Yes. Now, this is one of the first movies to actually address colonization and from the Māori point of view. So, kind of controversial, but very important movie. Te Wheke is played by Anzac Wallace, who also was in The Quiet Earth. Yeah, another Jeff Murphy film. And this movie also has Bruno Lawrence in it as well, and he plays an absolute madman, but he's hilarious in it. If you want to see a lot about Māori and British colonial history and the wars, and watch some pretty brutal violence, and including the opening scene of where Te Wheke is having his tamoko actually tattooed on. It's pretty incredible to see. So go check it out. Number 2 on the list, Utu. All right. It's time for the number 1. What is it? So what is tahi on my list? Number 1, Bad Taste. Yeah, Peter Jackson's first ever movie, Bad Taste. That's my number 1 pick. I absolutely love this film. It's in my top 10 movies of all time. Now, I got to see this movie when it was first released in the theater. I was the only person there. He was unknown at the time. As I said, it was his first movie. And he made it on a shoestring budget over, I think it was a period of about 8 months, with 11 of his friends. He actually starred in the movie, and he directed it, of course. It basically is about an alien invasion of a small town in New Zealand, and these alien bastards are up to no good, so they send in the boys. Yeah, absolutely hilarious movie. It's a hark back to the alien zombie B-grade slasher movies that Peter Jackson absolutely loved. And some very much Kiwi humor in this movie. If you're expecting a high budget, you know, big thrills movie, no. To see where Peter Jackson first started and where he is now, it's quite a trip. And Bad Taste overall is just an incredible movie. But don't take my word for it. Bad Taste, everyone can go check it out. It's available everywhere. I don't know if it's available on YouTube. So there you go. Bad Taste, my number 1 pick. Peter Jackson's first ever movie, the one that started it all. There you go. Great movie. Go check it out. Alrighty, so that's it. There's my top 8 New Zealand movies that you might not have seen, but I'm hoping that you will go check them out now. there's some great movies out there, and there are many, many other great New Zealand movies, obscure ones that I just couldn't fit on this list. Some of these movies will actually take you down that rabbit hole, hopefully. Go check them out. And there's also some amazing New Zealand TV shows, which I'll probably do in another list if you guys want to see them. But that's it for me for tonight. Another top 8 in the bag, done and dusted. Thanks for watching. And hey, on Sunday, as always, another great video coming up and a live stream afterwards. So stick around for that. They've been a lot of fun lately. I've been really enjoying it, chatting to everyone. So I'm definitely going to keep that going. But as always, I'm out of here. But if you want to keep supporting this channel, as always, many different ways you can do it. Merchandise, coffee, all that good stuff. I have a Patreon. All the links are in the description below. But as always, if you want to keep supporting this channel, what you do is just give this video a big like, subscribe, and hit that little bell to get notified, and you'll be seeing me on the channel every Thursday and Sunday. Stay safe, everyone. Have a great week. Aroha to you. Peace out.